to
season
2 of
Let We Go There.
Happy Pride. It's the last
Happy
day
Pride.
of Pride where we are in Canada.
Yeah.
And by the time this comes out, it would be the end of Pride Month in Trinidad because we do everything late there and it's in July. So I'm just so happy to be here and experience Pride here. It was so good and also so different to what I've experienced in Trinidad. So today we just like have the episode themed on Pride. We're going there on Pride. So you've experienced a lot of Pride events. So we're gonna tackle events first and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of like what Pride means to us. Yeah,
I like that.
So you've done Boston Pride.
I've done Boston Pride. I have worked and attended Boston Pride. And I have done LA Pride. Worked that / attended too. I have never done Toronto Pride, and it was something where I had always heard Toronto Pride is huge. You have to check out Toronto Pride. It's amazing. And when I was looking it up and saw the times were from 2 until 6, like 4 hours, I was like, oh, no way. It's because, I don't know, there's going to be other things going on. Wow. What a parade Toronto Pride puts on. Like,
we started with the dykes on the bikes.
Dykes on the bikes. And I just have to, because like I love things like this. Like it feels like really nice and squishy. And I got this cute little thing. And so it just like brought me back to promo days. And I had done that. Like the people that were giving away the free stuff and everything like that. Like I got to do that before. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And like everyone shouting Happy Pride. It's like, yeah, it's definitely something that should be celebrated, not just in these designated months, but all the time. And I'm gonna segue a little bit because one of the things I'm really enjoying about Canada is like seeing the walkways painted in like the transgender flag or like
the lesbian one, which I didn't even know were like these colors before. I learned that recently. So
yeah. So like just seeing all the inclusivity is really touching. And I just feel so safe here. I actually had a health scare the other day when I first landed.
Oh, we're going there. Okay, we're going there. It's not just Pride.
Yeah, because like I passed out. It was really scary for you.
It's very scary.
And one of our friends called an ambulance, and one of the people the EMTs, they were wearing like a pride patch, and that made me feel so safe. More than like getting any treatment or anything. That was my first sign of like, okay, I'm safe. And like I literally cried in the ambulance, like big, long sobs.
Yeah, that's gonna be a whole nother episode. I feel like if we're going there, or it'll be a Patreon thing. So if you are not already subscribed to our Patreon, you're really gonna want to do that because we are going there on a lot more. We're going deeper. We're going on broader topics, more community, more collaborative. So you want us to talk about something, please like let us know.
Yeah, and that's what I think Pride means to me, like that inclusivity. And the reason why I went on this tangent was because when we were at the Pride events, there was this one man.
Oh, but hold on, can I please? Because I was gonna intro this just because what was happening was everything was kind of just like aligning for us as we got there. We were taking the GO for the first time, and like GO is the bus and public transportation system. So it was a lot of like, for me, like researching this whole thing and like trying to figure out what is the best way and all of that. And it's like we got there in the right time. And then as we're about to cross the first time Yonge and Dundas Square, which I had wanted to bring you to anyway, which is this area in Toronto. Again, if you're not familiar, I describe it, especially to Americans, and that as a mini, tiny Times Square. But that day, like the city was alive. It was super busy. We literally crossed the road at the exact time that the police officers
they put the barricades.
Yeah.
So at that point, there was no way to like cross over. with ease because like
Right.
you could go
No, you
underground.
couldn't. Yes, you could go underground, but you'd have to go all the way around, fight against like people traffic, go into the underground like subway,
Yeah,
and
it
then
was
cross
so
the
packed.
platform.
It was
Yes,
so
it was so packed. So as we're like standing on that side, I remember, because again, I put this into the universe. I was like, oh, well, remembering about like being in cities like Los Angeles and things like that. And when there were these pride events, there'd be like a group of evangelists or like, you know, hardcore Christian or whatever. That's just like, you're going to hell. Like the same thing that happens when you're unfortunately outside of abortion clinics and things like that, right? It's just like not the place, like go preach where you are, all of that. And so I literally say that, and then what happens right after? Please take it away.
It's so embarrassing. The guy is like stereotyping every person that he's
Calling him out.
He's like, you would dress, repent, what you doing here,
Shaming.
mention up wet dresses. Like,
I guess he doesn't like Tim Hortons. He doesn't like he can't do any banking. He can't have a cell phone. Somebody knocked the phone out of the
yeah, and Air Canada too is a no-fly.
Stop. He's on the no-fly zone.
So good mouth, for those of you who aren't like Caribbean, it just means like when somebody says something and it comes true. She literally said that, and then not even 30 seconds later, this man comes up on a PA system and like we're hearing boo, boo, and at first it was like just noise being drowned out, but after a while, as you realize, people are cheering, and
because
like,
this is when the parade is actively going on now. So like the dykes and the bikes have gone by. There's a lot of sponsorship. I think like we did talk about that. But yeah, whatever other groups and organizations were going through and their costumes and everything else, it's like everyone's like, yeah, and everybody's screaming happy pride. There are people with like, you know, moms and dads that are like hugs from moms and hugs from dads. You got a hug from a dad, like so healing.
Yeah.
And all of that healing is happening in this one. Boo! Lady in the green dress, you're going to hell. Jesus doesn't love you. Like repent. Like
girl in the dreads, you should be ashamed of yourself. Like just talking
hey,
to people.
Asian lady, like just calling people. Like, and I'm what?
Yeah, and like I get so, I don't even know if radicalized at the same time, because like I grew up in this religion and everything, and it's something I never felt okay with even before I came to terms with my sexuality or like understood my sexuality. And it really grinds my gears because I think of it like pride is such an inclusive space. There were people in the parade in wheelchairs, there were seniors. You know, like there was so much like love, and like you saw so much
diversity, so much representation.
I heard Basket from Nadia Batson playing, and like another soca song that we could probably like cue in right here. It was just like so much inclusivity, from like nationalities to like disabilities to like everything, different ages, like everything. You have that much amount of like love.
Yes.
And then there's this one person,
other side of where we crossed over just on time,
saying you should be in church. Boo, what are you doing here? And literally just like stereotyping people, like that Asian person, boo, like it's so gross, it's racist.
We're in the thick of the Pride Parade before it started. Yeah, and I was literally just saying it's so nice how there's not people like protesting and being like, you're going to hell, gays, you're going to hell. And then this happened.
Preaching away.
Something Jesus Christ, and blessed are those who are persecuted. But like last I checked, the gays are the ones who are fighting for their rights. So let's give them the love that they need. Happy Pride. Happy Pride. There's a place for everyone. So those peeps could just go to their church, and I'm sure they'd be welcome. You know, today is Sunday. Like, what you doing here? Go to church. What you doing here? This is for the queers. That's what we are, and that's where we don't be.
I just can't fathom, like, why would you do that?
That's how you're spreading your time. You're actually spending your energy and your time to promote hate actively, instead of just going to whatever church it is that you preach at and just go preach there. That's what you do. They want to listen. Like, none of us want to hear this. And it was like uncomfortable even for him. It's like, what, like, that's embarrassing. Like, you are
Yeah.
embarrassing yourself, you know. But
Like the point like my takeaway from that is that he was one sole evangelical person in a crowd of people who came there for love, and every time he booed, everyone didn't take him on, they just cheered louder, which I
As
think is
in,
like
it
the
didn't
perfect response.
exactly, it didn't lead to violence and aggression, which is on the other side what it does if it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Where
Because like if it was a bunch of evangelicals and then there was one person on a boombox talking about, like, you know, pride, and
would never be able to, it wouldn't happen.
it wouldn't happen. Like that person would
Would not
probably
be
be
safe.
injured, you know,
Within
so
seconds.
yeah. So that's why I'm just like, make it make sense. You're promoting a religion, and he called it. He's like, what y'all doing here is escapism. And meanwhile, he's also not just talking. He's like on his phone,
Doing a
live
live,
or something,
yeah.
talking about how what we're doing. Where like
Yeah.
most of the people there weren't even on their phones. They were like cheering and looking on. He's
Yeah.
like, what y'all doing is escapism. Like, come to Christ.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it hasn't for a really long time, and I just can't gel with it.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask you, so you went to Trinidad
Mhm.
Pride. That was the only Pride you've been to
Yes.
before this. Okay. So yeah, talk about the difference and like what you liked about each, and yeah.
I loved the atmosphere in Trinidad's parade so much, because I felt so free. So it's like, anybody who's experienced carnival or gone to a fete or something like that, it's like very similar to that vibe without the drinking. So it's like you're just like drunk on love, dancing in the streets. Like, I did the electric slide in the streets. I met people who I wasn't really close with, and like became like closer knitted to after that event. So it was so much fun. I felt safe there. I didn't know what to expect, especially when it came to like the safety element, because there wasn't like a lot of security presence or anything from what I remember, but yet we felt safe. Like in Canada's parade, there were also some dogs on the streets, so that was very cute. And yeah, I like, overall, I just had such a fun time, and I can't wait to experience it again this year with people that I've reconnected with. So I'm really looking forward to that. And like with Canada's Pride, what I would say is a big difference is that a lot of brands are involved in Pride, which is unheard of in Trinidad and Tobago, at least from the last time I went a couple of years ago. And it's beautiful in a way, and it's also like kind of has its cons in a way, because things here can easily become commercialized.
But it was also, sorry to interrupt, but it was just so funny. I'm thinking about the boo guy. Boo, boo, RBC, boo. Like, so he didn't do banking. He didn't want to travel. Like, literally everything was represented in the brands. Yeah, Rogers. So he was like literally hating on, I'm sure, like what he was using to project his ridiculous message.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. So, I just love seeing so many people when it came to Toronto Pride, like just the vast number of people there, as allies and as like people of the community themselves, just actively showing up and showing that love. That's something I wish and I hope that I see more of in Trinidad, because what we have in Trinidad is really special. Like, it's very similar to people who say that carnival in Trinidad is the best carnival in the world, even though like Brazil's carnival is like huge. I mean, I've never been, so like I would have to judge that at some point in time if we ever decide to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like a different type of energy in the Caribbean that like I got in glimpses here. like when
Yeah.
when the soca music hits and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So for me,
Well, I
that
mean, even
felt
like
very
when you
like
came to
cool.
Caravana too, right? Like obviously not
Yeah,
the same kind of situation.
yeah.
And obviously you said like the dirtiness of it too
Hmm.
and that kind of thing. Well, actually, I feel like maybe that would be
Actually,
the
it was way more dirty for Caribana because
here,
like
yeah,
people are drinking and
yeah,
you're like,
exactly,
oh,
yeah,
you lose stuff. But
yeah,
it was much more organized, I would say, than Caribana was from
yeah.
what we experienced like on that first day.
True, and we just did the parade. We didn't do like the other festivities because we actually really wanted to. I really wanted to. I know we both really wanted to
Yeah.
go to drag brunch, but it got sold out. So
Yeah.
we will just plan better for next time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that was that experience. How was LA? I feel like that's probably the hugest of what you've been to.
LA was definitely like the larger than life experience, but I'm talking just the parade itself. The parade itself was longer
Hmm.
in like everything in Toronto, I feel like. But LA bigger in a different way. Like it didn't last as long, right? But then the party just kept going, right? So it's
Hmm.
like I was working for a company and it was like one of the main sponsors. So we had the VIP kind of thing. So it's like we're literally actively engaged with the music just being right in front of us. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you're going to a festival and you have really good seats and you're actually getting paid for it. And it's like all of this. I mean, it's in West Hollywood. West Hollywood is the gayborhood capital of everything. Like, I feel like in New York, it would be like Greenwich Village. And then here, which again, we didn't even technically make it, but we were close, is
Street.
Church Wellesley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Church Wellesley, the village. I think that's what it's called there
Okay.
too. Yeah, so we almost made it there. But yeah, I mean, LA was definitely like really big. There, that is the one thing out there. You don't get, you'll still get like the church people, you will, but not even like right in the thick of it there,
Right.
you know? So, yeah, I felt like organized wise, they're both organized like pretty well. I actually felt like it was even more barricadey and like set up. Like the other thing too, I did actually in that moment feel comfortable because when we crossed over, those like 4 police officers were there the entire time and they were actually like, I felt like handling things very well, so I felt like really like safe in that moment.
Yeah.
The
I've
fact that we
never
chose
felt
that.
as safe around police.
Yeah,
than I did
right.
it.
And like all men too.
Yeah.
And but for some reason, yeah, like that was a good experience. But yeah, you know, like being in it, and again, like it's being on the other side of it, right? Watching the parade versus being in the parade. Like of course, like that is like a different like vibe and
Yeah.
like a lot of fun and everything
Yeah.
like that. And so I feel like the time maybe even does pass, you know, like kind of thing, and you're engaging, you're
Yeah.
you know, like actually connecting with people, like you're literally looking at someone and saying happy pride and like, you know,
Yeah.
feeling and exchanging that love. So yeah, I mean, I felt it, but I do know what you mean in like a smaller kind of like almost like held back because there is that like barricade situation and all of that, which, you know, understandably has to be. But you know, next time we could experience the like after party part, which we walked over there when there was nothing going on. So once the parade let out, it goes into like, you know, the culmination of the whole Pride weekend, which is 4 days. So it's the last day where there's vendors set up, where there'll be artists performing and all of that. So we didn't go to that, but I still felt like we got like enough out of it, you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for a couple of introverts.
So with all of the Pride events and everything, and how many years has it been since you? Well, I mean, we technically like came out at the same time, but like you came out to your mom a long time ago. Like, what has Pride meant to you from like then to now? Like, what does it mean to you?
Ooh, I love that question. And I love you. And I think that's what it is actually, is like, yeah, it's been a while. I've definitely been through some rough relationships. And the fact that like my first relationship with a woman.
I think you should reiterate this every single time.
Yeah.
Because it's such an important part of
like I'm definitely
of the
gay.
lesbian experience. Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm
Like this
like
is not a choice.
That's why I said like I may not have known these were the colors, but I embrace and I love these colors. I've always loved these colors anyway, so I'm like, makes sense, you know. So no, it wasn't like, again, me denying anything. It's like me truly not really having known or feel safe to like explore that. So again, just to reiterate for people that are just tuning in, we are in season 2 anyway. reintroduce myself. But yeah, so essentially, my first relationship with a woman, I was already 29. And oh, that one was a doozy with a narcissist. And I like to say that because my relationships prior, not that they were like perfect by any means or anything, I definitely learned a lot of lessons with each of them, and they were the right ones for the right time and all that. But yeah, to like actually have the first relationship, romantic relationship, because plenty of other relationships, but the first romantic relationship for me to have be with a narcissist, and me still be like, nope, yep, think I'm gonna choose another girl, you know? So it's not a choice.
Yeah.
So pride for me is embracing all of me, forgiving myself for, you know, however my judgments were of myself, others, anything like internal homophobia that I think we all kind of store. Because definitely, like what you said, even when I was, and I had been described as like boy crazy, like when I was like a little teenager in my 20s and stuff, I've always been an ally. Like I've always, it's like theater major, come on, right? So it's like, it was not that. I just honestly, I think if I had known sooner, hello, you know? So pride to me is like, yeah, hell yeah, I am super proud. I am super proud of being different, of being, you know, queer. Like again, like even with labels, like I feel like we've talked about that a lot before. I think it's because I have this thing where I'm small enough to, but you can't put me in a box. And because of that, it's like I'm fine with the labels, but I also don't necessarily need the labels. It's just one of those things where I'm just like proud to be me. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of the life that we're creating, and co-creating together. And yeah, like it just feels good to really embrace that, really be comfortable about it, really come at it with such a place of love and understanding. And yeah.
That's so beautiful.
You're so beautiful.
For me, pride is self-love, self-acceptance, and also inclusivity and community, and like really, really like being genuine, like a genuine soul. I know there is this sad truth that like a lot of people who are queer are not like actually good human beings. Sadly, I mean, like
Right.
your first
We're
relationship,
humans. We're
yeah,
humans, right?
your
So,
first relationship was
a testament to that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, like what pride represents, other than like, you know, being proud of who you are, is like making space for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think
love
that's so important because like even taking it back to the parade, like there were signs talking about like transgender kids. Like, you know, I'm proud to be the mom or dad of a transgender kid. Like having that dad hug me, and like there was a mom too with like free hugs for
Yes.
forget it's a level, my god. It's a level of
Healing.
love and healing
Yeah.
that I have not experienced anywhere else. And it's like so many spaces do offer that. And I think no space offers that more proudly than the LGBTQIA plus space. So
Yeah.
for that, I'm very proud to be queer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're here.
We're
We're
queer,
queer. And we're not going anywhere.
Thanks so much for tuning into this first episode of season 2. And we can't wait to explore more with you because it's been quite a journey these past 2 months that we've not been putting out any
Our
content.
hiatus has been very busy. Very
Yeah,
busy.
can't imagine
Yeah.
doing the podcast and experiencing what we have.
Yeah.
So we have a lot to unpack and looking forward to doing it together.
Yes.
If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments.
And if you want to know how you can be more active in our community, really consider joining our Patreon.
Yeah.
Because that is the place where we are always going to be the most vulnerable, authentic, even though we always are, but we are going to reserve sharing more and more and more on our Patreon, because it is a safe space for everyone, and we want you to be a part of that.
Yeah. So take great care of yourself. Have a fantastic week.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.